Well, good morning, everybody. Hello. Hey, it's Becky from Power Tools with Thread. You are in our Stitchuation room, and this is a virtual stitching retreat, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. for now. More on that in a minute. And I just hang out in here and sew, and you guys follow me on my sewing journey. And I hope that I can inspire you to put something under the needle. Good Friday morning. Yay! You guys are doing hashtag Power Tools and you don't even know. What if I'm not giving nothing away? Presumptuous much? No, it's fine. It says Giveaway Friday in the title. Frito. Hello, baby girl. She's like, Mama, I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this. Yes, I have. I've been waiting for this, huh? You want your biscuits? This is Frito, our little rescue. If you are brand new, please let us know in the chat or on the replay if this is your first time. In the comments below the video. These are little Dave biscuits. Yeah, sweet girl. We got Frito time. There you go. There you go. Brush your teeth. Okay. Bye-bye. She's going to go out her door, y'all. There she goes. Star of the show. No, not going to go. It's open. Go on. That's her life. I had it blocked off during Takeover Tuesday. She was kind of wondering, I wonder if that thing's blocked. I don't want to bump my head and look silly. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm so glad you are here. Thank you so much. I have a quilt on the long arm that I need to get done, and I need to get it off the long arm. And there's nothing like long arming at 7 a.m., right? Oh, early, bright and early. How about a sip of coffee? Good to see everybody here. I am so glad to see you guys. All right. Y'all hit the thumbs up button if you would. Thank you, Glory Torres, for my mug with my little thumbs up. If you're watching on a TV, please grab the channel remote and hit the channel up button. That gives me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that so much. All right, so what is the giveaway today? Y'all, it's a good one. US shipping only, please. I have a Kimberbell rope bowl for you. How about that? Awesome. So it comes with, I think I have the rope bowl for you. I got to make sure I got the design files. It's got the rope in it. Isn't this cool? Have you guys made these? I've never made one. I doubt that I will. Not my thing, you know. But hey, you never know. So what comes in the bag? What's in the bag, Becky? What's in the bag? There is, of course, your rope, right? Yay! People say, yay, a rope bowl. Woohoo! They're liking that. You are going to get a little button, a butterfly button. This is so cute. Hashtag Power Tools is the winning code. You must be on the live chat to win. Okay. Hi, Frito. Bye, Frito. Yes, Peggy. That's the way she rolls. In and out. And you've got a little bit of faux suede in here or something, and a little cute little, what is that called? It's a pull. That's what it is. A little fringe pull, I think. All right. There she is coming back. Okay. We have got some pretty stiff stabilizer. Okay. Got that. And we have some fabric. I have no idea what this is going to do. And you guys, the design files for this are a digital download, so I will get those and email them to you. It looks like, or do they have a code in here? Butterfly rope bowl, contents. 5x5 leather, light tan, leather it says, of 40 feet of project rope, a tassel. That's the word, the tassel. First time here on your live from Massachusetts. Welcome, Linda. I'm glad you joined us. Where's my Sunshine Committee? Y'all wandering around in the back? Jump in and say hi to Linda, please. Make her feel welcome. Glad you are here, my friend. Nice. We've got a purple bead, purple tassel, butterfly button, 5x5 fabric of Funshine Island Breeze, Mango Smoothie, an 18x21 African Violet, and an 18x21 Coconut Cream. 2 Kimberbell shape form interfacing, 1 full color printed instructions, and a content card. Now, what you need all that fabric for is beyond me. Maybe the outside. I don't know. I'd have to look. That's kind of cool, though. So they've come out with these rope bowls that you can put together in your embroidery machine. So you make a thing, right? Yeah. Okay, here we go. So it's pretty from the outside. How cool is that? Awesome. I think this is pretty neat. So, and they got step-by-step instructions. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that cute? Look at that. So that you have a little tassel. There's your little leather. You're going to embroider on a flower on the outside. If I'd have given this away last week, you could have it made up for a little Easter basket. How fun. Yeah? Nope, the button on the outside. Y'all, I don't know what all that fabric's for. Beyond me. Do you guys know? Anyway, you can wrap the rope in fabric while you're sewing the bow. Yeah, that's a good idea, right? And I've got another one, but I'm not giving it away. We have Home Sweet Home. This is another one that they have. So you guys, if you're interested, links below to all things Kimberbell, or it's on my blog or whatever, and you can find those, okay? So they've come out with a bunch of new ones, and they've got more designs coming. So they've got them really. I need to make one so I know what I'm talking about. That would be nice, right? Okay. You do applique in the bottom, correct, like on the little butterflies on this one, but you don't need 1/8 of a yard for that. So got me. I just need to, I should have read it. I'm sorry. It's very professional. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to send this out to one of you guys. All righty. So yesterday was Embroidery Thursday. And if you looked at the video and said 2 hours, that's way too long for me to sit here and watch. So if you're sewing, put it on replay, and that'll give you 2 hours to get some stuff done, right? And you've got stitchy chatter going on in the background. They're fun. Everybody's loving the fabric. The fabric wraps the base piece. That's what I thought, but I didn't see that on the outside. I should have looked at it, but anyway. I'm putting it all back in the package all together. There's your fabric, your rope, your button, your tassel, your instructions, your content card. The whole 9 yards is in there. Now, the design files are not here. I will get the design files and I will email them to you, okay? But US shipping only, please, on the physical product. So that's kind of a cool one. And I don't know how much these are. This is a good giveaway, don't you think? Thank you, Kimberbell, for sharing this with me to share with you. I appreciate that. Kimberbell's awesome. Big supporter of the channel, and I love that. I absolutely love that. Okay. So like I said yesterday, we did the fabric tote. Fabric is my favorite color. Y'all, this turned out just adorable. Look at this. So it took 2 hours. Now, it only took 2 hours because I was talking through it and explaining what I was doing and slow, you know, baby steps and whatnot. You can knock this out in about an hour. We even did the fabric sample, the pleather. I say pleather. Dee Dee says I'm dating myself. The faux leather is what it's called. I did the sample to show you guys how you could do that. And then we did this. Y'all, it's stitched like a dream. I had my machine on at 600 stitches per minute, and it worked just pretty. Not a single boo-boo. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a beautiful basket. Thank you, Harriet. Appreciate that. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to put together. So even if you don't get the Bella box, if you get, you know, take a look and you find these blanks from Kimberbell. It says Kimberbell on the bottom. Y'all be careful of buying knockoffs. Okay. The thing about Kimberbell products, see how it doesn't look white? This faux leather has a solid core on the raw edges, so it's not cheap. Also, you know that your needle is going to go through it like a knife through butter, okay? Be very careful of knockoffs. You don't know what's inside those things, and you don't want to break needles and mess up your timing and, you know, that. So anyway, yeah, you sew the bowl together on a regular machine for the rope bowl. Yes, you do. And I believe it's a big old zigzag stitch. You need a domestic for that. Can't do it on the straight stitch. So you got the Bella Box subscription. Good for you, Deb. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. Chris, I love that. If you really want to date yourself, you call it Naugahyde. That's right. I remember that. Anyway, very, very cool. I remember that. So, all right. Well, today, I want to go over a few things. I had started the Prairie Home Quilt-along, Lori Holt Prairie Home Quilt-along, and then, so what was going on? I don't like being I'm working on my table. Y'all ignore my boxes over there. I got to move those. So I don't want to knock my coffee over either. Okay. On the Prairie Home Quilt-along, it all sounded well and good until you get to where on the Prairie Home Quilt-along, it's a sampler. So we've got the Prairie Home book, okay? And in this book, it's 300 some pages, isn't it? 256. So what they do is they take a design or two, all right, and make them into full quilts of the same design. Okay, so for instance, on your Prairie Flower table topper that you could do here, they've got 4 of those sunflowers going on. You need the sunflower block. That's month 1, right? So when you go to make that, the cutting directions tell you how many, okay, it tells you how many of each one of these, they tell you how many to cut for 4 sunflowers. You don't need 4 sunflowers, you need 1 sunflower. So the idea is, and I wrote to my contact there at Fat Quarter Shop, I was like, y'all need to cut this down because my viewers are going to be like, wait, how many do I cut? I don't know. And so in the sampler quilt, which is this one, this is what we're going to be making. This is a big quilt too. Okay. So in this sampler quilt, see up in the corner, there's 1 sunflower. So that's all they had done. They had created this with a schedule on the back. But then you go to cut out things on the blocks and you have to come through and do some math and try to figure out how many to cut where. So everything was fine. On the sunflower block, it wasn't too hard. And I got that one done when I intended to start, because this started back in March, I think. Yeah. When was I? I was away from home and I was working on these. Yes, I was at my brilliance class in March. So anyway, so here's one of the blocks of the 3 that you need to stitch for April, okay? And then when I got to this block, I really had trouble because of, you don't know, this block, the pattern itself has you cutting like, I don't know, 35 blocks or something crazy, right? So how many do I need just for this one? So what they did was they put a halt on that and they said, okay, on the 15th of each month, we're going to do we'll give you the cut directions for that month. We'll give you the cut amounts for that month. So they just released the cut amounts for April, for month 1. And I need to show you guys how to find this. This is on the Fat Quarter Shop's website, those of you that are doing it. So let me pull up the Fat Quarter Shop's website, and I want to show you how to get there. And so here's the flower that needs done. So what they've done now, okay, so for your sunflower, it'll say background print, letter C. For your alphabet C, you need 16. I don't have my glasses on. For the yellow print, you need 4J, 4K, 4L. So you don't get the measurements. The measurements are in the book. And so you want to correspond. Let me see. Let me get back to my sunflower. Yeah, this second one, okay, you needed to make Those were in the borders. See, so they gave you the cut amounts for all of them in one quilt. That's not going to work. They call it the tumbleweed block, I think. So anyway, I wanted to get back to that sunflower, neither here nor there. So I still need to get done this one for April. I've got a little bit of time left. I leave for Indiana on the 26th. Harriet's picking me up, Louisville. I hope so. All right. So anyway, let me show you how to find this, okay? For those of you that are doing it with me, let me present and share my screen with y'all. Okay. When you get on the Fat Quarter Shop's website, okay, you can, let me see, you want to find, where's their blog? I don't think I have my page large enough. Whoop, you don't need to see all that. I want to, oh, I can see it on my desktop. Let me see what's new, top seller sale coming soon, shop by fabric, pre-cuts, kits. They've got it over here on the menu. They have the blog. So maybe I can just type in blog. I can see it on my desktop, not on my laptop. There. Let's see, blog.fatquartershop. And let's see if I can get it to come up that way. Yes. So on the blog, this is blog.fatquartershop.com. All right. So on the blog, you want to go to quilt alongs and then scroll all the way down to sew alongs. And when you get to sew alongs, there is month 1 cutting guide, Prairie Home Sampler Sew Along. Okay. So there's the first 3 blocks that I just showed you guys. And you come in here, and if you jump into this post, then you've got the free PDF. Or you can, let me see. Or you can type in on their store site in the search box, type in Prairie Home and scroll down through the book and all the fabric and the kits and the backing sets and blah, 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 all the way down in there and hunt around, and you will find the link for this. So I just wanted to share that with y'all because I want this done too, you know. All right. So that is in the queue now to get stitching. So put that back over here. All right. Again, you guys, if you're brand new and you just popped in, hashtag Power Tools, I'm giving away a Kimberbell rope bowl. Awesome. Love it. Thank you, Kimberbell, for sharing this with me to share with you. I appreciate that. So I have got to get this quilt done. Let me show it to you guys. There was a picture of it in the thumbnail. It's got, it's 2 giant pinwheels made out of a jelly roll, or 2.5-inch strips, okay? And I need to get this rocking and rolling. I need to turn on my tablet. So this is the King Quilter 2 Elite from Sewing Machines Plus. All right. I've got the machine turned on. I love this long arm. It's got a big strip of lights that go up in the throat of this thing. It's got the big thing of lights underneath the handlebars, so everything is nice and bright, which I love. I need to turn on my tablet. I have Pro Stitcher Premium on this. And on the King Quilter 2 Elite, you get this great big 7-inch screen. So this machine, yeah, we're having Power Tools next week. Yeah. Ruth, yep, I'm here. So on this, this machine is proprietary to Sewing Machines Plus. I've had my share of long arms, and I love this one, you guys. I think this is my forever long arm, I'm pretty sure. Oh, my word. I didn't cut my bobbin thread on my last stitch. Well, I need to do that. There we go. So I don't long arm with you guys a whole lot. But I'm going to show you. It's just cool. Cool stuff. Now, this quilt did not come. Where are you going? Come here. This quilt did not come with enough backing that a long armor would prefer. And so I've got a couple of little tricks that I do that are so cool. And oh, there, the gears just kicked in with the Pro Stitcher. So this right here, this is a Lori Holt quilt block. And what I did was I put some mitten clips. It's 2 blocks. Let me disconnect this and show y'all. So I only have just a tiny bit of backing right here. Can you see that? Just a tiny bit. That's really not enough. The machine will hit it. And so I just create these little extenders. So this was 2 blocks. I put them together with a little batting inside. This was for some sew along. I can't remember what it was. And I used a Lori Holt, her fabric. Okay. And then I just used mitten clips. And we don't have mitten clips in Texas. So I had to go hunting on Amazon. So anyway, let me get this one out of the way here. So that's kind of the easy way to do that. Now I closed my design down. I want to show you guys how I realign when I come back the next day and everything's been closed up and gone. So I need to move the quilt forward. I need to advance it. Now I float my quilts. Let me put this back on my little grips here. So if you're brand new to long arming, these are just things that I have learned over time. Nobody taught me. I figured them out, or I saw it on a video, or a sweet person emailed me and said, hey, why don't you use mitten clips? And I was like, what are those? Because I live in South Texas. And so I do float my quilts, okay? And there's a couple of reasons I float my quilts, but there's 2 different schools of thought on that. And by floating, I mean, I don't have the top actually rolled onto a bar. I keep the top and the batting free. I do roll the backing on the take-up rail and the belly bar, but I don't like to do the top or the batting, because every time I have done that, what happens is as the machine is traveling one way, they have a tendency to shift. And this machine, it can go back the other way. It can, if I was to set it up like that. I don't like doing that. My brain doesn't like that. So I like to float, because as I advance the quilt, then what I will do is lift up the top before I get ready to base down the sides. I lift up the top and the batting, make sure everything is nice and smooth. Okay, so I'm not going to have any bubbles in my batting, which happens. You get little folds and tucks in there. And then also, like on this quilt, I have a lot of large white areas right here, light fabric. I want to make sure there's no blue thread that has decided to come loose and get up underneath that. There's nothing worse than stitching it all down and finding a dark thread that has traveled and you can see through. It's terrible. So that just makes me happy. Now, that allows for the quilt to drift. If you do not have it rolled on a bar tightly, it allows the quilt to drift. But there are some things that you can do to prevent that from happening and to kind of, overcome that. And to me, doing those things is easier. It gives me better peace of mind. I'm no professional quilter. I do not do it for a living, okay? This is for me. I just have it in my sewing room. But this is the way I like to do mine. So, okay. Spin my scissors so I don't take my eye out. It's fine. I've been wearing these for years. This is a Sew Tights magnet, and I like to store my scissors right here too. I have Sew Tights. That's what everything is on here with, is Sew Tights magnums is what I've done on both the take-up rail and the belly bar. And I need to make sure my AC, I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Okay. All right. So I need to get this quilt moved. All right. So I'm just going to come over here and I'm going to drop the needle into the lowest spot on the pattern, which is one of the little swirls. I'm going to drop it there. Okay. And now I'm going to disconnect the mitten clips from the other side. And I also use these heavy duty magnets. These are from Northern Tool. I'm unaware, when I bought these, they didn't have this kind of magnet at Harbor Freight. I'm told they do now. All right. So this was just the best. I bought these years and years ago. So that's what I use to keep, because I need it to go through the top, the batting, the backing, and the leader that's on the rail. So these are pretty heavy. All righty. Now, one thing I did do, I'll zoom in and show you guys, because this was wanting to drift a little bit, I put in, I don't know if you can see it, there is a 2-inch row of a stitch every 2 inches of basting that went through the quilt right here. Okay, so that's preventing the drift. And I will do that every couple of rows. This one had a lot of rows. It's a long, skinny quilt. So I'll put this in here, and that's one of the things I can do to prevent the drift, is to get that. So now that I've got the needle, that makes it, ooh, made Frito jump. Okay, now that I've got the needle down here, I'm going to go ahead and advance the quilt. Now, I want to show you, this machine only has an 18-inch throat space, and I want to make sure, I'll show you guys, on the back of the machine. Okay, this little wheel right here, this one, I'm going to back it up and make sure that it doesn't back into the back end of the carriage, or the back end of the frame, or the carriage. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and roll this. And this is what I'm looking at, is that back wheel on my side. Hold on. I got things holding up here. I got things holding my leader, not letting it go. Okay. That's plenty of room. And so I've made sure that that wheel is not going to smack into the back end of the carriage when it advances to the next row, okay? When it gets to the top of the next row, I don't want it to slam into that. So I need to put my little things back on. You love this sticker. Let me get this on. I'm going to get this put on here, hold it pretty tightly. So now, see, I barely have enough backing. Y'all, this is it. So the quilt ends right here and the backing ends right here. I've only got about 2.5 inches of backing left. That's just, I mean, you want to talk about skimping. Woo, buddy. So the Workshop Diva sticker was a gift from Amy Bradley. I think if you bought the fabric kit, it came with it for the Workshop Diva pattern. If you bought the fabric kit, you got a sticker with it. Okay, so these are all up. Now, I want to make sure I do not want my stitching to smack into these oh, I didn't put those on. Oh my gosh. So I need to make sure that these are on here. I just did the 3. I forgot to do the other ones when I rolled it up. That's okay. No problem. These are so much better than pins. I have a coupon too for 15% off of Sew Tights if you are interested in trying these out, down below in the description box. They're wonderful, y'all. Oh my gosh, they save your hands. Okay, this is good. One more right here. Better than pins. Okay, so that's all set up like that. Good. Now I'm going to take out the basting that I had. See how easy that is to get rid of that stitch? I love that baste every 2 inches. And that's something that is inside of the machine. Now, if you get this machine, you don't have to put automation on it. You can just get the regular King Quilter, and it comes with a little bit smaller screen, so you can manually drive it if you want. Also, you don't have to put Pro Stitcher on it. You can put a Butler on it, and that works well too. I do like Butler software very much. So, what are the what did you say about Sew Tights? I know. What are the Sew Tights attached to? Therefore, oh, Tina. Okay, so the Sew Tights, when you first get your Sew Tights magnums, you create a pocket on your leader. I have a video showing how to do it too. So you create a pocket in your leader, and the base is 4 inches long, and you create pockets that are 6 inches long. And that allows the metal backing. This is not magnetic. This is just metal in here. It's, let me show you what it looks like. Oh, this is, Joan gave me this. I keep my Sew Tights in here. So this is what it looks like. So this little metal backing is sewn into the leader. What's the difference between software? Ease of use, I think. I like the Butler. I liked it fine. So there's the backing. This backing is sewn into the pocket of the leader. And then it allows, with that little extra wiggle room in there, since this is 4 and the pocket is 5 or 6, maybe they're 5, it allows this to shift back and forth. And sometimes you can even straddle between the two if you need to. That works real well as well. So pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now it makes sense. Tina says, oh, now I get it. Okay. All right. So I've moved this, but I don't have my design back up on my screen yet. So I'm going to show you how I do that. This is probably making Harriet cringe. She's a handy quilter, Pro Stitcher instructor. Probably making her cringe. Sorry for the glare on my screen, you guys. Let me pull my needle up. No, I'm going to leave it right where it is. I think, yeah. Okay, nothing shifted. Good. Let me zoom in for y'all. Okay. So where the needle is right on the bottom of that second swirl, because that's the lowest point. That second swirl is just a little bit lower than the first one. Okay, so, whoop, wrong way. There we go. So I'm going to go back to workspace, and it's called Debbie 1. This is Debbie's quilt. And there it is. Okay. So you can see the crosshairs and the pattern are nowhere near each other, right? So what I'm going to do is get some glasses on my head so I can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to move the pattern to the crosshair and make it easy on myself, all right? And it doesn't matter where, because when I get to the very bottom row, I'm going to crop it all off and around and everything. So on here, I want to show you this too. This is really cool. So on this screen, you never know what you're going to learn here or what you're going to see. You may not learn anything because I may not say it right. That the circle with the green X in it, that's the start of the quilt. Okay. And then down at the bottom, in the other corner, there's a circle with a red X in it. And those little green dots on the side, those are row start points, okay? So now I'm way down here. All right, I'm just going to move this over and notice, let me back out just a hair. I'm on select is highlighted. So it has select, pan, zoom, and X form. So on select, I've got select highlighted so I can touch it and move it. All right. And I'm just going to grab it and I'm going to move it wherever over to the center of the crosshair. Now, I want to get it so that the crosshair is right on the bottom of that. Let me go to zoom. I've got a shadow there. It's the first time I've seen that. Harriet, what's that? I don't even know what that is. So now I'm on zoom and I'm going to bring my finger in and I can see what I'm looking at. Okay. Harriet, if you know what that shadow is, text me. I can't read your comment. So now I just want to make sure that the bottom of that second swirl right here is where I want it to be. So I'm going to just, let me go back to select. And I'm just going to move it with my little doober here as close as I can get it. I have better success using a stylus than I do my finger because my finger, as I pull my finger away, the pattern jumps. Now, I'm going to go back to zoom. Harriet's texting me. What is it? She says, look over in your workspace and see how many are open. Close one. Oh, okay. I'll do that. Let me go to my workspace. Oh, okay. That one I see and close one of them. So what is it? Edit and no. And let me see here. I don't know what I'm doing, Harriet. So I have a repeat double swirl 1 and 2. Why do I have 2? See, we're all learning here. Okay. File. Okay, it's under file and close. It should be close selected. Hold on. Yes. Close selected. Perfect. Now I'm back to where I just have the one. Repeat double swirl. There. Thank you, Harriet. You're a sweetheart. She's awesome. Okay. So again, I want to go to zoom and I'm going to get way in here and I want to make sure that I'm right there. So now if I try to use my finger, it's big clunky fingers. It doesn't work for me real well. I'm going to get in really, really close. See how I'm above it on the screen? If I try to use my stylus or my finger to get that right on it, I'll be here all day. So I'll just go to modify and reposition. And when you go to reposition, you're going to get some little nudge buttons. Let me put this down. You're going to get these nudge buttons and I can just nudge it up right there. There we go. And over, let's see. I'm like right at 6. I guess that's fine. That's pretty perfect. And so I'm going to bring my needle up. All right. I am up. My needle's up. Okay. I want to back up my needle to the point of the top at the end of that swirl on the, I have a laser. Let me put the laser on. I just want to make sure, hold on a second. Let me put my laser on. Sorry, y'all. This is the making the sausage. This is how you make the sausage on Longarming. So I'm just a tiny, tiny bit off on that. So I'm right on the end of the curl in there. And I'm going to nudge it over so that I'm right on it. Now, if you guys have software that doesn't have a crosshair, or if you are interested in getting software and you see a demo and it doesn't have a crosshair, I would steer you clear of that. Okay. All right. So this is good. This looks fine. I'm going to tell it okay. So I'm in the right spot now. Okay. Now I want to show you something cool. Let me zoom in so you guys can see the whole screen. So if I was to tell it to go right now, it would go all the way back to the start point, and I don't want to do that. So what I want to do, I'm going to go to Pro Stitcher. And right now I'm on that little, let me zoom in again. Right now I'm on the end of that little curl, okay? So if I go to New Start End and tell it auto now, touch auto and touch it again. Now it wants to start right here. Well, I don't want it to start right there. So all I have to do is hit jump one time, and now it's at my start point. So you don't have to touch jump, 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 jump. Just get it as close so that you're right on the spot where you want to start. Tell it New Start End right there, and then hit jump one time because I'm lazy. That's how I do that. Okay. Where did I buy the laser? Valentina, I got the laser from, they didn't have any at Sewing Machines Plus. So I got it at my local quilt shop, who is a handy quilter dealer. I like all handy quilter accessories for the most part will fit with this machine. So the extra handle down here, that's a handy quilter frame. This is the Studio 2 frame, okay? And they don't make these anymore, but now they have the Studio 3 frame. They sell that with, you might get them to throw it in for free. I don't know if you can talk Blaine into it, at SMP, okay? And the handy hammock, every little thing, you know, the bowl feet and all that go with, it comes with this machine. And that bowl foot, which Handy Quilter calls it the glide foot, that's $100. It's like 90 something dollars. It's crazy, but it comes with this. Also, you get a ruler base with this thing, which is really nice. It all comes, and a bobbin winder. So that's cool. You get a lot of stuff with this. All right, you guys, let's go one more time. We got a hashtag Power Tools. I'm doing, Kimber Bell gave me a rope bowl to give to you. So this is just the physical product, and whoever wins, I will email you the design files so you can make your own little rope bowl. Hashtag Power Tools. US shipping only, please. Okay. Coffee break. How are you guys? You guys, what are you guys doing for Easter? Y'all having big family get-togethers? We listed our house at the coast for sale, and the listing just went up last night. And my husband said, tell the realtor I want an offer in my Easter basket. So that would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah. Is Keith on? Is he here? Oh, so I had talked earlier. I mentioned 7 a.m. for now. Y'all, I'm changing the time of the Stitchuation room to 8 a.m. Central. And yesterday I said I was going to do it when I got back from the cruise. Y'all, my email blew up with folks from Mountain and Pacific time as they watched the replay and they heard that. They were like, yes, please, blah, 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 do it today. Da, da. So when I get back from Indiana, May 1st, Stitchuation room is changing to 8 a.m. Central. Okay. And the big reason for the change is my granddaughter, who's 11, it's too early for her to get up and watch. She lives in Colorado Springs. So you got to take care of the grandbabies, right? So we are going to 8 a.m. Central starting on May 1st when I am back from Indiana. So look at this. Hooray! Yay! You poor people have to get up so darn early. I know. But it's just better for everybody involved for me to back it up 1 hour. I'm still not encroaching on other live streams that are happening in our community at that time. I got to keep that in mind. And so this is just best for everybody involved. You folks on the West Coast, you're still going to have to get up at 6. I'm sorry. But it ain't 5, right? I see. Yeah. And then there are the East Coast folks who say, now I can sleep longer. You guys can always catch replay, but it's really funny. In the chat, you guys have formed relationships where you've even met in person, and now you have a sewing group going on, and there is so much camaraderie, fun, and fellowship that happens in the chat. And what I can't see on the chat, and I know is happening, there are sidebar conversations going on where you guys are chit-chatting away in your own private chats. I know that's happening too, a lot. And so, you know, you watch me and listen to me or whatever, and then you go back to chit-chatting with your friends. So anyway, so yes, May 1st, saying it here, we're over 1,000 people on the live. May 1st, we will switch to 8 a.m. Central, okay? So my granddaughter can watch. It's all about her, not y'all. No, I'm kidding. All right, I'm ready to go. As far as I know, I'm good. So I have told it. All right, you're welcome. You're welcome. So this is it, y'all. I've set my spot. I moved my pattern exactly where it goes. Where did my scissors that normally go? Oh, what did I do? They're sitting on the table. All right. So now because I told it I wanted a new start end on that little end of that swirl point, and then I jumped one, now it's ready to start there. So all I have to do, I know it's kind of hard to see the screen, but I'm just going to touch quilt. I'm still on the Pro Stitcher tab. I'm going to touch quilt. And now my run button turned green. You know what I didn't do? I didn't baste yet. Let me baste. I got to do that first, right? So what I want to do now is I'm going to baste the bottom end of this quilt so it doesn't go anywhere. Oh, I was talking and I forgot to tell y'all another little cool thing I do. All right, before I stitch, I'm not ready to stitch. I got ahead of myself. I'm going to look under here, make sure I don't have any bubbles. I don't have any blue thread that's going to show through on any of this. This looks good. All right. Now, I learned this on a video from there was an elderly lady who was showing she only did stippling on long arms. Got a little bit of ruffling down here, not bad. This is very low tech. Y'all, this is a bungee cord, kind of a long elastic cord, okay? And it has toggles on it. I put a toggle with a loop on both ends. Let me show you guys this. This is cool. Now, here, this is a magnetic, like a coffee cup hook, okay? And I put it here, right on that side of the frame, and I get the edge of it exactly with the metal edge of this piece of the frame right here. So that's a measuring point for me, like that. So that's on there. And now I have other toggles. I'm going to go down and I'm going to hook the other end of this to the other end of the frame. There is another cup hook down here. Same thing, right on the edge of the metal, right. Okay. Normally the quilt's hanging this long. Let me put this up. This isn't going to work because I don't have any quilt. So I'm going to put it right here. Does that work? That works. I'm going to put it next to the bungee thing. They are measured the same as well. Now I've got about a 1/2 inch of drift here. I don't know if you guys can see this. So I have toggles on here, okay? I've got a toggle at center and I have a toggle at right and left. So what I'm going to do is make sure that my quilt is not drifting because it really wanted to. Okay, and get that close as I can there. There, that's straight. So that's how I make sure all the way down my quilt is on center and even and square. And it works great. Okay. So now I need to put basting stitch all along the bottom and the sides. So I'm going to baste, because it's wanting to drift this way, I'm going to baste this way first. I'm going to come to center. Okay. And I'm going to go to my baste and I want to baste, this is going to be a 1/2 inch. Okay. And I'm basting within, it's like 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the fabric. Okay. To make sure here. Perfect. Okay. Let me do a little tie off on this. And now I'm going to base the other way. Okay. Talk about eking out some backing. Oh my goodness. I'm getting the mechanics with my hands of pulling up my bobbin thread. Harriet taught me to pull my thread first so I don't have tension on the needle before I go and do that. All right. Now I'm ready to do this. Okay. We got a new person. Hi, Jackie. Glad you're here. Okay. So I'm ready to go now. Now that I've got run highlighted and it's ready, I'm just going to touch it. And my needle's up. I'm going to tell it proceed. And it went to the spot it needed to. And resume. Why are you going so slow? Because I didn't put it back in. There. Operator error. There we go. Awesome. Double check, make sure everything looks good. Feels good. All right. This is great. We don't always long arm here, but today we are because I'm going to get this done. This is looking beautiful. The alignment was just perfect. Okay. All righty. Well, thank you, Diane. Oh my goodness. Bless your heart, sweetie. Thank you for your super sticker. That's very helpful to the channel. Thank you. Those are just little tips that I have learned over time that work for me to move patterns around on. Are you a long armor, Diane? You'd love to have a big room like this. You can have it too. This is my garage. It was. But you know, these are just things that I have picked up from different professional long armors over time, and that I have found that works for me, because one particular way that one person does it, you will find no two long armors that long arm exactly the same. So as long as you get the, you know, the pattern gets placed and it's in the right spot and it finishes, then do what works for you. We don't have any quilt police here. I know you guys are out there. Every once in a while I'll see a snark, but that's okay. You do you, boo. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very happy with the quilting. Okay. It's gorgeous. Love it, love it. I could watch this all day, y'all. See that? Beautiful. Now that little bowl foot allows you to stitch over thick seams and not have any trouble. Now this is a lighter gray thread that I have on top, but if you take a look at the back, I've got a little bit darker thread on the back. Let me see if I can get you in there to take a look at it. See that darker thread on the back? Turned out beautiful. Whoop. Sorry. Oh, have to look at that. What quilt do I have on the frame? Carla, this is a friend of mine's quilt. It's the first quilt I've ever quilted that's not mine. I don't know what the pattern is. I have no idea. I got another one too, need to do. I'm going to do a different pattern on it. Let me show you guys the quilt. I told her, I said, I'm running out of quilts to quilt on my sewing machines, plus this takeover Tuesday for the long arm. So I need something to stitch. Now let me show you. This is Debbie White's quilt. She's in our chat. She's up in New York. She sent it to me. Yeah. There it is. Can you guys see it? Very pretty. So there's that row. All right. Our hour is up. So let's get that giveaway going. Let me make sure it's, oh, y'all, the giveaway tool did not work. It had a issue. So I'm showing only 53 entries now. So we're going to wait just a couple more minutes. I'm sorry. The giveaway tool did not work. If you've already put it in and you have to leave, then go ahead and go. And then when you get back, just take a look at the end of the video and see if your name was called, because I know some of you have to leave at 8. So we're going to be here for a couple more minutes. I need to let that giveaway tool make sure it's catching, because it only had one. Let me double check it. Now it's got 128. It's climbing and climbing. So we're going to wait here another couple minutes. I'm going to go ahead and finish. I'll do another row on the quilt. You guys don't need to put it in again. You don't need to put in hashtag power tools again. It's catching them all from before. Now it's climbing them up. Sorry about that. I should have looked and I didn't. Okay. So I just kind of get it close to where I think it needs to be and then just hit resume, and it jumps down to the next row that it needs to do. It's much smarter than I am. And it's working perfect until it resume. Okay. So we're going to be here just a couple more minutes. Let me make sure it's collecting. I'm at 289 now. I apologize, y'all. Technology. I saw eyelashes on the back too on that one row, Charlene. I may pick it out and restitch. It was the very end of a bobbin on that one. I saw it too. I might pick it out and put it and do it again. Harriet, I'm learning. If you don't do it, you forget your mechanics. So I'm really trying to practice to keep doing that right. All righty. Yeah, that one row, it was something that was weird with it. Okay. All righty. Oh, you picked threads on yours for hours? Oh, yeah. Well, it ran out of bobbin like right. It was at the end of the row. It ran out of bobbin. Should be fairly easy to fix. I hate doing that. I've had to pick out stitches from like a half of a quilt before. It's terrible. On the top, it looked okay. I kind of noticed it, but it felt fine. You know, it didn't feel bad. I didn't have, but I've got eyelashes on the back of that one row. I know it. Yeah. Oh, Debbie says those were her first bigger quilts. Won the jelly roll and figured out as you went along what to do with it. Yep. The rest of the quilt's perfect. You should definitely use your power tools. Let's see. What size, what needle do I have in my machine? Libby, I don't know. It's those Gross Beckert, whatever it is. I think I've only changed it once. Eyelashes. Eyelashes are when your top tension is too tight. You have eyelashes on the bottom. Is that right? I'm trying to remember. They look like little ladders. No, that's when your bottom tension is too tight, I think. Needle size matches thread size. Will I take the quilt off the frame to remove the stitches? No, I will not. No, I'll roll it all the way toward me and get on a chair and just sit here and take care of it. I don't want to do that because I want to stitch over that. I want to stitch that single row one more time. The top is pulling. Yeah. I bought the 20 sew tights in magnums. Yeah. Debbie says it'll be perfect no matter what you do. No, I'm going to fix that. I'll tell you what, y'all, fixing boo-boos is what has gotten me as far as I am. So the rest of the quilt's totally perfect. But that one row always happens. Yeah. Top, what'd you say? Tension is off. By the top threading not being right can cause eyelashing. Yeah. Y'all, I don't change a needle until it either breaks or I start to see what is it, bearding it's called, when it'll pull batting up through the top. Okay. Are you done? Good. If it's bearding, it might have a burr on it. So you want to be careful of that. Needles are too expensive. My gosh. Let's see. The machine pulls one thread tighter than the other. Yeah, that's what that is. All right. I can do another row before I got to do a crop, I believe. Yeah. Okay. Second to last row, you guys. Yay. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, they are. I think they're different. They're definitely heavier duty. All right. We're going to go ahead and draw. For the winner. Yay. Oh, quilting us. Harriet, I saw your name. Trudy Casada. That's awesome. Congratulations, my friend. Trudy, send me an email, powertoolswiththread@outlook.com. And I will, with your mailing address, and I will get this in the mail to you, and I will email you the digital design files for it. So awesome, awesome. So congratulations, Trudy. All right, you guys, this has been a lot of fun. I've got one and a half rows to finish to get this done. And I will see you guys later. Have a happy and blessed Easter. And I hope you get some stitching done. And I hope you enjoy yourself with your families or with your sewing machines. Okay. We'll talk to you soon. You guys go sew something. Bye.